His name was Dingane Zangakona, brother to Shaka, heir to power and a man forever remembered as the King of Shadows. Dingane was born into the royal Zulu line, but from the start, he stood in the long shadow of his half-brother, Shaka, the warrior king whose innovations and conquests carved the Zulu Empire into legend. While Shaka reshaped armies and conquered lands, Dingane waited, watching, learning. But behind his eyes flickered ambition. When Shaka's rule turned harsh, and his cruelty toward his own people deepened, resentment grew among the chiefs. Dingane, along with his brother Mangana, saw his chance. In 1828, under the cloak of loyalty, Dingane invited Shaka to a meeting. What began as brotherly counsel ended in betrayal. Spears struck Shaka down, and the throne of the Zulu passed into Dingane's hands. Now king, Dingane ruled differently than his brother. He was not the master of battlefield reforms nor the fiery general who led from the front. Instead, he ruled through cunning, manipulation, and terror. His court at Umgunganlovu became a place of grand ceremony and deadly intrigue. Those who defied him vanished. Those he suspected of betrayal were executed without trial. His reign earned him both fear and hatred, and yet, under him, the Zulu nation remained powerful, for Dingane understood how to weave shadows into power. But his greatest challenge came from beyond Zulu lands. White settlers, known as the Boers, trekked into Zulu territory seeking land. At first, Dingane welcomed them, signing agreements and offering hospitality. But suspicion gnawed at him. Could these strangers be trusted? His doubts turned to violence. In 1838, he ordered the massacre of Boer leader Piet Retief and his followers after luring them into his kraal under a false treaty. The act ignited war. The Boers, armed with guns and determination, clashed with the Zulu in the legendary Battle of Blood River. On that fateful day, Dingane's thousands of warriors charged again and again against a Boer laager of wagons. Muskets and cannons thundered. The river itself was said to run red with Zulu blood. Defeated, Dingane's power began to crumble. Betrayal, the very weapon he had once wielded, now turned against him. His own generals deserted him, his brother Impand rose in rebellion, and soon Dingane was forced to flee his kingdom. Hunted, abandoned, the once mighty King of Shadows met his end far from the throne he had fought so ruthlessly to claim. Yet his legacy endures, a reminder of how power won through blood and betrayal carries a curse. Dingane's name is spoken with both awe and dread, the king who stepped out of Shaka's shadow, only to be swallowed by his own.